as you are tuning in to this timeless pick a card reading. It is based towards 2023 though, so you can watch it in between now and the end of 2023 to gather some messages about the bigger changes that you're going to be having in your life over the next year. So with that being said, there are 5 groups to choose from. I wanted to give some good choices here. So we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I want you to see which image is really drawing you in. You may be drawn to more than one, so you might find that you like 3 of them or 2 of them or even all of them. Who knows? It's up to your intuition. So that's the most important part of a pick a card, is that you're training your intuition. So let that intuition go wild and see where you're feeling drawn. The timestamps will be down below. So in the description box, once you've made a choice, whether it was 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or more, you can go to your exact message through there. And if you want a personal reading with me, that is on my Etsy store, so you can purchase one there. And then, of course, I do have 2023 astrology reports up there as well. So it's a shorter, more affordable version of a 2023, a yearly transit report. So it'll look at the major factors, and you can definitely check that out if you would like. And for those of you that have ordered them, they're coming out, right? Like, I'm working on them right now, and you guys should be getting those very shortly. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you again to Kelly, who bought this particular deck that you see here on the top, which is the Deep, Dark, Dangerous Oracle. That was a very sweet Christmas gift, and I appreciate each and every one of you that does, send me gifts, or, very thoughtful, leaving thoughtful comments, sharing your appreciation with me. Some of you have even sent me donations on PayPal recently, and thank you in particular to Catherine and Courtney, and just gosh, and Teresa sent a gift as well. She sent 2 gifts, and that was really wonderful too. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. And let's go ahead and get started. My voice. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 1 here, I am excited to get started on this for 2023. What are some of the changes that you can expect to occur in your life? We have a Witch's Rune here by Ethany, and I'll start there. We have the Gateway. The Gateway talks about great changes, lots of pivotal moments, and I do feel like a lot of you are kind of beginning new adventures, new situations. And some of you, I do think that there will be really strong changes, as in a new home or a new business or a new job, or do you know what I mean? There are big changes happening, something kind of pivotal, something kind of life-changing. It's kind of like a new era, okay? So I feel like you guys are really going to be a group that does have one particular really great change in your life, okay? So we have the card of reciprocity here, and this card is number 18, and so 18 could be important for some of you, but otherwise though, and then of course 1 plus 8 is 9, so some of you might be a life path 9 or might have a 9 year, of course there's that possibility. But reciprocity, I feel like, and this was honestly my first, intuitive thought when I saw this card come out for you, is that I feel for a lot of you, you're going to see more reciprocity in your life. You're attracting perhaps more reciprocity in your relationships. And you may also find that the things that you're giving a lot of your energy to are starting to give back as well, okay? And of course there's that on the darker side of that message, knowing that what you give energy to is going to multiply and kind of come back to you as well. So make sure you're putting your energy in good thoughts, good places as much as possible. We don't have to be perfect in that sense and fake happiness when we're not feeling it. But you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to kind of encourage any nonsense like that. But I do feel like, you're going to find that what you give to gives back to you. We have family, parenting, and children, so that could be a big focus area. For some of you, you may be having a child, if that's appropriate, and, otherwise, so it may be about building family, focusing a lot on your parents. In particular, you could be healing family wounds, parental wounds, as an example for some of you. But otherwise, though, I do feel as if, there is some kind of positive focus towards family. And We also have play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. So this was a message, actually, this is a love deck. So I kind of asked maybe the vibe of relationship. So, whether you're single, in a relationship, or what have you, I do feel that there will be some enjoyable experiences. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're single, this could be like, really finding someone to have fun with and enjoy your time together. If you're already in a relationship, of course, this could imply that things are generally good. There could be, a lot of laughter, a lot of goofing off, a lot of just enjoying the other person, them enjoying you, that sort of thing. We also have the card of gratitude here with Gemini energy and the Ace of Wands, as well as the House and a long way. Some of you really might move house, actually. Some of you might be even moving very far away or making like a long journey. Of course, this also could talk about healing within the family or something like that. It's interesting. I have a few little thoughts there, but I'm going to continue to kind of read here. So the Green Witch Oracle is one of my favorites, and that's this card over here, number 36. So 18 and 36 show up as well as an ace, which is like a 1. So yeah, we have those numbers showing up, Gemini and fire energy as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So to me, I like that dynamic. It shows that there is a good flow for you, and I think that you'll have a lot of inventive ideas, a lot of exciting moments. And yeah, the Ace of Wands can talk about a lot of fun. You could be acting upon passions and really feeling excited. This could talk about a new lover or romantic relationship, or again, an increased romance in your own relationship and increased excitement as well. For some of you, I do feel like this could be, I know that I said this already, but for some of you, I do feel perhaps a pregnancy, especially for those of you that have been wanting to increase your family for a long time. For those of you that have maybe struggled with fertility or getting pregnant or, that sort of thing. I know that some of you might not resonate with that message and you're probably rolling your eyes and be like, no way. But those that need to hear that message should hear it. So number 36, gratitude. Right? So this is a pink rose, and it says here, there is a reason to be thankful and help us on its way to balance energies. Pink roses will show you that ways to happiness are opening for you, and there will be a reason to be joyful. Something of value is at focus at present, and this could be exchange of a gift, a windfall, or the sale of a large item, or simply discussion around it. Interesting. So I feel here that some of you may be buying a home, to be honest. Okay, because we can talk about the sale of a large item as well. So some of you might be selling your home and doing something that in that direction too. But buying, selling, that sort of thing. But that gratitude and reciprocity. I feel like one thing that you're really going to see a change in is people really appreciating your energy and what you give out. I feel as if, especially in relationships, if you felt like you've had a lot of one-sided relationships, a lot of unfulfilling relationships, I do think that you are attracting people where there is reciprocity there, where you're shown gratitude for the things that you do. And I feel like at least for some of you, there has to be at least one connection where that's really going to be the case. For those of you that are already in a relationship, especially if you're married, your spouse may be starting to show more appreciation towards you, your partner, as an example. And maybe for some of you, you're also kind of feeling that way too, in general. But this is really nice energy. Let me see what else comes through here. We have happy accident, as well as home, positive changes at home. Okay, so this is my oracle deck of blessings, and home came up twice. So you have the home card, the house, and the home. So there's definitely positive changes within your home life. Okay, good things happening for you, your family, those around you. You know what I mean, that are really close to you. And I think that just generally, there's something really good happening at home in your home life. Now, some of you may even have perhaps like Jupiter or something going through your 4th house, or aspecting a 4th house planet or something like that, but it doesn't have to be. Anyway, so if that were the case, that would mean that you guys were Capricorn risings, or even, let me think here, it's going to go into Taurus. which would mean that it would be Leo, fourth houses. So, yeah, anyway, okay, sorry. I was just thinking about that, the Jupiter aspects. But anyway, the point is that it doesn't matter whether you're having those or not. I think that it's just more signifying that there will be positive changes in your home life in general. And with accident, we have happy accident. So there may be things that kind of happen accidentally that are very like unexpected. You know what I mean? To me, an accident is something that we don't expect, right? And so I feel like there will be plenty of those type of situations in your life in 2023 where you're like, what? How did that happen? Like, how accidental, how interesting. And impact here, you're making a difference as well. So you are making a difference in your life. You may feel like you're quite effective. And with the Ace of Wands, it makes me feel like you're in a very powerful position in many ways in your life where you're really taking the reins. Do you notice how we have this dynamic here of the hand up? And it's kind of like powerful. And I love it. Ew, you know what else is here? Actually, is that sword. And that makes me think of air energy too. You might find that Gemini season is very impactful for you, but I feel like as if it's like you have a lot of the keys that you need. And I feel like there's a lot of effective changes that you're making. And it's like you are conjuring these changes. And that's the thing. I feel like that's where the reciprocity is going to come in, because it's like you're actually getting rewarded for some of your efforts. Some of you may start things that are to do with writing or communication as well. You may be creating something that involves the words or speech or dreaming in some capacity, whether it's like you start like a YouTube channel of your own, or you start to write a book, or you start to communicate more like one-on-one, like maybe it's like you're doing like therapy or counseling, or dreaming like some sort of verbal careers, or again written things of that nature, where that's a big part of it. Anyway, okay, so other things coming for 2023. Oh my goodness, May shows up. Okay, so that's funny. I said Gemini season could be important. Well, what's in May? That's when it begins, isn't it? So I love it. Okay, we also have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So to me, I think that there are certain people coming into your life that are going to have a huge impact on you. Okay, you may be making some important soul contract kind of connections in 2023. So whether that's, it doesn't have to be, romantic even. It could be about, friends that come into your life that make an impact, or, contacts. We have ladder, climbing towards success. So again, things seem to be looking up here. And it just feels like some things are a long time coming. That's what I get from this reading. I feel like a long time coming. It was a long time coming. It was a long time coming. Oh my goodness, guys, what the heck? So if you know anything about the T cards, you can know they can be pretty brutal. But you guys got like a lot of wonderful ones. We have temporary problems. And to me, that card, whenever it comes out, especially in like the 6-month readings that I do, I always know that it talks about things coming, up that could be annoying at certain times, but they're temporary in nature. They don't last long. The clouds kind of dissipate, the sun comes out again, and all is well. And so I feel like that's the thing. It doesn't feel like you're dealing with any like super long, hard problems in 2023. It feels as if, little things will come, little storms. You'll fix them. It'll work. You'll get an umbrella and you'll wait for it to pass, and or do whatever you can do to be effective, and it will go away. So I don't feel like an ominous kind of heavy energy or anything like that. It's all very kind of like you deal with it, you handle it, it's all good. And there's plenty to be grateful for in that case. Again, a wish is granted, especially in terms of career, I think, in particular with climbing towards success, or whatever you feel is success, whatever you want, whatever your higher goals are. I feel like that's where a wish is being granted. It's kind of like what you're working towards in your life. So for somebody, that could be having a family as an example, like I mentioned up here. But otherwise, this could be doing things within the family. This could be a family business. This could be, something like that too, right? You may find success through aspects of that. And then, of course, we have the good fortune. I just feel like there's a lot of lucky occurrences, to be honest. I feel like your luck is higher. Things should be going well for you in your life. And yeah, I love it. Also, yeah, cardinal and fixed signs in particular. If you have a cardinal or fixed sign on your angle, like a ascendant, so like say you're a Leo. Okay, so the fixed signs are Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Oh my God, something is bang. Scared me. Sorry. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay, those would be the fixed signs, and then the cardinal signs are Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. So if you have those on your angles, like as an example, so like if you were a rising of one of those, an ascendant, I think that's where you'll find those people in particular. Make me think that you'll find the most out of this as well. Or there's like a specific like kind of mention of those particular signs for me in my mind. Anyway. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing. I really do hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm looking forward to your 2023 for you. I really do think you'll have a lot of great things happening, and I'm just wishing you the very best. Lots of love and blessings. Thank you all for being here for me and all of your kindness. And I did a big thank you in the beginning to some of you who have, recently purchased things off my wish list or, sent me donations. I appreciate you guys. And thank you so much to those of you that just leave a comment. That means a lot to me too, okay? So anyway, take care. If you want a reading with me, you can go on Etsy and check that out. And of course, I do have my membership area as well where you can get some exclusive pick-a-cards. And that's about all. Okay, take care, guys, and have a beautiful year ahead. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 2, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. And hopefully this reading is going to be helpful for you in understanding 2023 and what it's going to bring in terms of changes. So we have the Pentacle. This can actually represent protection. Okay, so a protective aura around you. And let's go ahead and see what else comes through. So Hell is here, and we have the card of acceptance. Now, this is kind of interesting because I want to just put the cards out a little bit here, unlike the other groups here. So we have acceptance, emotion, the 8 of Cups, denial, lead, and living room and sad news. So here's the thing. I feel that, and I know that some of you, I feel like a lot of you need a second group. So I would definitely encourage you to get a second group because I feel that you should go back and see if you're drawn to another one because there are some very specific kind of themes here. And I do feel as if you guys have more than just this. And that's just my, my opinion. Of course, you may not feel intuitively drawn to some of the others for some of you, but I think for others of you, you might find that you're drawn to more than one. So we have kind of a theme going on here. So this particular card up here is number 6, okay? So we have 6 and 8 and 4, 21 and 14. So those are the numbers that are popping through. Now, this card in particular is about acceptance, obviously. It's a duality, acceptance and denial. And I found that very fascinating when I was shuffling because the card of denial came out here. So I feel here that for a lot of you, the biggest change is going to be a shift in the way that you're seeing certain things in your life. I do feel that you will be detaching emotionally from certain things and seeing them for what they are. So that doesn't have to be a bad thing. I know that some of you might feel scared when you hear that and you're like, wait, what? It's like, there's somebody bad in my life. Is there certain things that are bad in my life? Or, you know what I mean? And some of you may be aware of it already, that there are certain things that you know that you need to kind of see clearly, that you maybe have blinders on, that perhaps you are too accepting of, as an example. But the card of acceptance says that things can never stay the same. Change must be accepted. Be flexible. Keep walking through difficult circumstances and do not stop and get stuck. Acceptance allows you to move on faster. Surrender what is no longer yours. And so some of you may be making certain changes in your life that do kind of talk about, letting go and moving on. And that's what the 8 of Cups is about as well. So like I said, this is a very kind of, like a very strong theme in terms of the reading itself. And that's why I feel like a lot of you may also find some other messages in some of the other groups as well for yourself. With the cucumber, I honestly, whenever I see this card and it says emotion, I always think cool as a cucumber is what I think of. And so I do feel like that there will be a certain detachments that you do find cooling off, you know, like, or well, attachments that sort of become detachments where there's a cooling off energy. It's kind of like where you start to, you know, feel a little bit calmer about a change, right? And any uncertainties that have been hanging around should begin to fall away in 2023 for you, okay? We can talk about a commitment, and even perhaps a major life decision will come up, and you are advised to take hold of your emotions before you determine the right path for you. Someone near you may express himself in an unsettling way, so try and ride that wave gently until it passes, and it could be time to take a new step forward. This really falls in line with the Eight of Cups as well. And you may find that there are certain situations in your life that are bringing some sort of more negative news. But I feel that it might be the push that you need in order for you to make certain changes. Sometimes unfortunately, I think that more negative things can happen, or we may see something in a different light, and it's or in order to make certain changes, because without that situation, without that, you know, occurrence, we're not going to make this step. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, for instance, you know, if you got like a bad grade, let's say, it would be like you would definitely like try to come back and like try harder. You know what I mean? Like the next time. And unfortunately, like I said, sometimes changes come as a way to kind of kick us in the butt to get it moving. And I will tell you that I do feel like there may be something that does come up that will be kind of that kick in the butt to really move on from something. And yeah, like I said, I know that some of you are going to not enjoy this reading. But again, this could be changing your home as an example. Maybe you've been very like, you know, maybe you know you want to move on from it, but you just can't. You don't want to sell, or you don't want to, you know, go somewhere new. And it's like, oh, finally that thing happens that kind of gets you moving on it. Okay, with lead here, I love this card because I do feel that you are becoming a leader in your life. It says here to be the role model, to set an example, to facilitate, to show the way, to steer towards the right direction. So you are, like, all of these changes are leading you towards more success in your life. Okay, this is a success card. So the thing about it is that you shouldn't worry, because whatever this is, it's kind of meant to take you on the right path. And that's the Eight of Cups too, is all about going towards the destination that is really calling for us, okay? And sometimes that does require walking away from what has been, even if the cups are upright, even if you know, some things aren't all bad, but you know that you need to go in that direction. And I like it. Like, I do think that this isn't nearly as negative as it might seem. And I don't want you guys to feel fearful, okay? So what about 2023? We have Epiphany. There are light bulb moments occurring, epiphanies, new understandings of yourself, of the situations around you. Some of you may realize that your living space or something, or somehow certain things in your life aren't working in your favor. And it's just sort of like you're really able to detach and accept that. And say, okay, well, how can I, you know, grow? Look at seedlings. But this is like what spurs the growth. I do feel like there will be a lot of growth for you, okay? So, of course, epiphanies can talk about, you know, spontaneous divine guidance, things that just come out of nowhere. It's like the light bulb moments, right? And it's like where you suddenly and very clearly see and understand something in a totally new way, right? And this can talk about even things kind of come at you from left field where it's just like, whoa, I did not expect that. So I'm going to tell you that you're going to have some very inventive energy and very like things that just come through and are just shocking, you know, in a way. But it helps you to see things from a different perspective because there's growth, right? And this can talk about a year in which you're planting new ideas and you are watching them grow. And I do think that there will be progress. I think that it's like there's a moving on energy, and it's kind of like you're reaping new rewards. You're starting new things, okay? And of course, it does talk about trying to focus on the positives and, putting out positive growth as well. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. Now, what kind of blessings are coming in 2023 for group number 2? Winner, the odds are in your favor. Crush, somebody likes you. And popularity, you're getting noticed. That's interesting because of the crush aspect here. Somebody likes you. So you may find that your popularity is rising in 2023. You may be getting more attention, more friends, more people talking to you, reaching out. You may find that your circle is increasing in numbers. You know what I mean? And again, that may be also kind of leading you to detach from certain things. Because sometimes the universe sends us new people, new, projects, new ideas that help us move away from the things that don't really help us. And I do feel like, yeah, there's popularity. There's also crush around you as well. So I think a lot of you are going to find that you have somebody really kind of trying to court you or trying to come at you. As an example, you're really attracting attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just in the friendly way, but it's also in the terms of people finding you attractive and being attracted to your energy in a romantic sense, right? And with a winner here, the odds are in your favor. So it's like, there's another thing too. I feel like there may be certain things that you're walking away from where you're accepting you can't fix it, but you're a winner because of this. It's like you will win in the end. And some of you may find that you do win something significant. And I would definitely encourage anyone and everyone watching this, enter giveaways. I'm telling you, there are tons of them actually. And in fact, I just won. I go to Freebies for Mom. She has a sweepstakes page, but also sweepstakesfanatics.com. That guy also has a bunch of stuff on there. And I've actually won some cool stuff already. And I've been doing it kind of like, I would say, ritualistically. Like I go and I enter contests and giveaways, and I've actually won like a Funko Pop. Recently I had a package show up at my door, and it had a blanket, a beach blanket, in 2 shirts from Corona, like the beer company. So, I mean, there's some cool stuff. And then, what else? And I got 3 cases of Pepsi Nitro. So, do you know what I mean? Enter things, because I think you guys will find that you're winners. And you will win something that will be nice. And you may find that your luck is increased in 2023. So, like I said, there's some good aspects to this. And again, if you have any court cases or any sort of, difficulties there, you may find that the odds are in your favor to win over things in your life. But I am really feeling a lucky energy for you guys, okay? So definitely, like I said, maybe try those. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. I just personally use them, so I'm not trying to push anything on you. It's just, random. I didn't even expect this message to come through, But anything else here for 2023? Oh my God. You guys. Boat, money or property through an inheritance, a winning or windfall. Told you. Okay, well, there's definitely confirmation, you guys. Really. Okay, Dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Whoa, money is coming. Okay, and we have the tree, affairs with your family as well. So there could be a strong focus on foundations, on family, on home. Okay, you may find that there is a lot of things happening within your family. There are a lot of things happening, in your family. We have get back to the basics as well. Position of authority. And time to go out and have fun. So, see, we have such bright messages coming through. I do feel as if there will be a lot of good energy. A lot of, get-togethers perhaps. Going out and having fun, having a good time, meeting new people. I really do feel like that. And as well, we have that position of authority. And that's so interesting because we have the lead card. So it's like you are going into leadership positions. Some of you might be promoted, or you may be starting your own business, or there's some aspect of yourself where you're really seeing your authority and your leadership having effective gains. You know what I'm saying? It's like where when you take the lead, when you get things done, when you take authority, you're going to find that it gets you places. Okay, so to me, leadership is very much action oriented. It's like I take this action, I decide this, I do this, I implement it, and I get something. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, and get back to the basics as well. Can talk about, there could be a lot of focus on the basic aspects of your life: home, job, career, relationships. You know what I mean? There could be a lot there where you're taking leadership and you're really reapplying, different areas of your life and trying to fix things. Take leadership as well. And getting back to the basics too, can talk about focusing, to me, on our body, our mind, our spirit as well, and making sure those are all in alignment. But yeah, I feel as if in that quill there, especially under the winnings, yeah, writing, entering things, that's a big thing. Okay, so even if it's typing, it doesn't have to be physical. But yeah, you can do physical giveaways too. You know, if you see some, definitely enter them. But anyway, that is what I see for you for 2023. I really do hope you enjoyed this reading, and I wish you the very, very best 2023 ever. And definitely hope to see you guys in the future on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is down in the description box. You can find a link there. And if you want to join here as a member on the channel, you can get some exclusive pick a card content. And I wish you the very best. Guys, take care. Thank you so much for all of your gifts and donations. Especially, I said in the intro, some of you have really been generous, and I appreciate that a lot. It does feel like nice to hear from you guys in the comments or receive things. It's very sweet. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3, this is going to be your reading. So let me cleanse this area and let's get started. 2023. What is going on for you guys? Well, we start out with a few cards here. Let's get started with the rune. So this is Ethany's Witch's runes, which I don't think are available any longer, but they're really nice. But we have the sword here. Now the sword, it can talk about cutting, severing ties, okay? So there could be the energy of letting certain things go in your life and, kind of being kind of quick about it, okay? Sword's kind of real fast. Okay, so we have the mystery card with the Kraken. And that's the card you've chosen. But you also have a second card here, and it's synergy. I want to tell you, just on those two cards, when I was shuffling, I did have some intuitive messages come through for you. And I do feel like a lot of you are going to kind of be attracting, like on some sort of deep level, new connections that feel very like there's a lot of synergy between the two of you. And this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be like a lot of different types of connections. It's like sort of like you are magnetically drawing certain people that are part of your path in some way towards you. And that's just what I kind of received as a message as I was doing this. We also have disengage. That's interesting. So with the sword coming through and the disengage, to disown something that is not aligned with who you are, to disagree, to step away from a toxic influence, to take a break. So I feel as if there's a cutting away here that you are taking in 2023, okay? We have the warning, don't dismiss the red flags here right next to it. So for some of you may be disengaging from a situation before it even begins. Some of you may really sense that certain things are not for you, and you're going to cut them off right away. Perhaps you've changed your ideas about certain situations, certain people. I also feel here that you're very intuitive. I feel like your intuition is growing greatly. I feel like there will be a lot of spiritual growth for you. And yeah, so we have great happiness and theft. And the theft is like what takes from us, what, takes away from our happiness, essentially, with the great happiness card right next to it. So the things that steal your happiness, the things that, are toxic, a toxic influence in your life, the things that really eat up at you, whether it's, your own habits or, something in your life in particular that could be bugging you, it's like you are cutting away from it. And I think that's going to bring you so much peace. And if you've already done that, I feel like this 2023 is going to be a much more peaceful and enjoyable time for you. A lot of you, too, we have the divination card. So some of you may be working in divination or increasing your divinatory skills, actually, okay? Now, this card also talks about you being the master of your own free will, aligned with the divine, and at present, energies are strong deep within you to help change your destiny and meet challenges powerfully. And that's the thing. You have that sword, the sword of truth, and the sword of being able to break away and disengage. And so I feel here there's a strong message from your spirit guides as to your power, your own personal power, and really discovering how you can take charge in your life. And that's a huge theme. Now, we also have the Kraken, which talks about mystery here. And it says, it's not good to know everything. Great mysteries can fill you with wonder, and there is a very positive state. Be curious. You do not have to share everything with everyone, and you can be selective about who you share the minute of your life with. Value your privacy. The duality is seen and not seen, revealing in all mystery. Ooh. So some of you might actually choose to really cut someone off and remain a mystery. This may be someone or something. There's also this idea of disengaging. If you're normally a person who's very open and you always kind of say what you're doing, you may find that that's not helpful to your energy. I do feel like some of you need to hear this right now, but I feel like some of you, if you are the type that really shares your ideas, your plans, your goals, your wishes with other people, you may find that you won't be doing that anymore because it's actually not healthy for you. There may be something about, I'm not saying that people put evil eye, but sometimes, people's reactions, behaviors, etc., we don't need it. You know what I mean? And we're much better off just kind of doing what we want without any feedback. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the thing. It's like there's certain things in your life that you need to take care of without feedback, especially negative feedback. But even for some of you, even if you're not getting negative feedback, there's just something about it that it may be even the fact that like you tell somebody something and then you feel pressure and then you can't perform under that pressure anymore. And so you kind of let the idea go. Of course, this is about disengaging from certain things that are just not working for you. So this, of course, could be your own, your own self as an example, or others. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing there. What about the blessings coming in for 2023? We have adventure, something new and fun. I feel, and you know what I'm going to tell you? We have a cozy evening, crush, and harmony. Ooh, relationship harmony. Okay, so that's very beautiful. We could find that you are creating a connection, a romantic connection in your life. 2 cards that kind of imply that right there. And the other thing I was going to tell you is choosing harmonious relationships. You may find that more harmonious relationships are coming into your life in general. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that you are sort of getting this message of mystery. I feel that there are certain things that are ahead of you in 2023, but you're not meant to know about them yet. Like it's almost like spirit won't let you know for some reason or another. And with divination there, some of you are very eager to kind of understand what's happening, but there are certain things that are blocked for you. They're not meant to be known at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not meant to know this. And that's the big thing I'm getting here. So it's like I couldn't even tell you because it doesn't need to be said, or it's being hidden, okay? Now, with this other card here, we have number 32, Synodry. And I want to look at that real quick. Oh, there it is. The whole is more powerful than the parts alone. Experiment. There is power in new designs and ways. There may be people around you sowing discord. You know many things and have your own wisdom. Pull all this together to form something powerful. You have unique experiences and talents that can only be utilized by you. Whoa. Okay. So there we go. That's an interesting. See, this is a newer deck because I just got this for Christmas from Kelly, and I had not had a chance to see every card. So I might see a keyword on there, but I don't know what's in the book. So that's a very fascinating message considering everything else I'm seeing here. This feels as if you really are kind of cutting out people that have become a discord in your life, like kind of creating that sort of energy that's not always the best for you. And again, you have unique experiences and talents that can only be utilized by you. You don't need other people's opinions. That's one thing I'm going to say. You may find, I had a friendship like that where it was like the person was always kind of talking me out of doing anything. It was always like negative, like every damn time. Like I have an idea, and then I wouldn't do them. And my mom, my husband, everyone would be kind of like, well, aren't you doing that thing? And I'm like, oh, well, so and so said so and so, and like, I don't know if it's a good idea, and da da da. And then there were a few times where they're like, are you sure that person's your friend? Because that sounds kind of like this happens way too often. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, no. And then eventually I kind of came to realize that I guess I can be kind of naive sometimes. Holy shit, I just saw a deer. Oh my goodness, you guys. That deer was so cute. It was just hopping away from the other two. So maybe you're hopping away from people. Holy smokes, I wish you could have seen that. Right outside my window there were 3 deer. There are 3 of them, but one of them just hopped away from the other 2. How cute are they? I was hoping I would see some outside. I had one laying in my yard recently. Oh, and they're just staring at something. I don't know what they're staring at. Oh, how sweet are they? Anyway, sorry for the distraction. But yeah. They're really looking at something. But yeah, that's and maybe it's like for some of you, it's just like you're going to be like that one that hopped away and just noped out of here. And the other ones are all looking at something else. And it's like they're distracted by something. But the other one was like, I'm going on my way. Because I have new adventures and I have things to do. And we have a cozy evening. So you may find that there's a cozier feeling. And maybe that comes from it. Cozy means safe to me. Cozy is like when you feel, I don't know what you define as cozy. I'd love to hear in the comments. What's a cozy, experience for you? Is it like, for me, I think of cozy and I think of like a fireplace and I think of like, being wrapped up in a blanket, watching a movie, you know what I mean, with something warm to drink. To me, that's cozy. But everyone has a different idea of what cozy means. But it feels as if there's a lot of that feeling, cozy feelings, warm feelings, happy feelings. And it's like you're removing the things that kind of keep you from that. Right? Okay, what else for 2023? Holy smokes. We have the eagle. Oh my goodness gracious. We know what the eagle talks about. At least it has a certain imageries, right? And this can talk about the ability to see your current situation with a bird's eye view, okay? So the eagle is a powerful bird with the strength, courage, and prowess to take flight and reach great heights. And this is a card that's letting you know there are great changes about to take place within your life. Spiritually, you're about to lift to new heights and to access a new dimension within yourself. And this is about being on the right path and a gentle reminder for you to believe in your own inner strength. The eagle can be a sign you need to reconnect with the spiritual path if you don't feel like you've lost your way. Now, I feel like for some of you may be receiving a lot of animal signs. It's uncanny that the deer popped up. And of course, deers do have certain meanings. In fact, one moment. Now look at, I have a picture of my daughter and I. Oh, there's my sister and I. Back in the day. I miss her all the time. I was very sad on Christmas Eve. I was just crying and watching Little Women, missing her. And it just sucks. That's the second Christmas without her. Okay. So the deer. If a deer shows up, it means you've been involved in some aggressive, negative circumstances and need to seek out safe, nurturing situations and people. Holy smokes. This is, by the way, the Animal Spirits Guidebook by Stephen D. Farmer. He has an oracle deck too, but this book's amazing. I think everyone should have it in their collection if they like spiritual stuff and spiritual signs. So more than ever, you need to trust your gut instinct. Yes, don't dismiss red flags. Because I feel like that's one thing that you're going to know is when to act. You're going to get that. It's a lot of your red flags are going to be feelings of intuition. Okay? You're poised for an enticing adventure. Wow, adventure shows up here. Okay? And one that will take you down many different paths and lead you to many important insights. Be gentle with yourself and others. And we saw a mule deer, I think. And it says here, you're in the phase of your life when you're wandering about without a clear sense of direction. So go ahead and enjoy it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Oh my God, when you're walking without... See, there's mystery here. There's mystery. And it's okay to enjoy it, not know it. just kind of experience it without trying to understand. You know, I'll tell you, as I do tarot readings like every day of my life, personal readings or astrology, I don't barely ever do them for myself, to be honest, because sometimes I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't need to know, or I don't want to know what the future holds, because sometimes there is something beautiful in just kind of organically experiencing the moment. And I feel like, I'm not saying that don't get readings. And of course, like, if you want to get a reading with me, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. But I feel like Spirit says, hey, you don't need to do that. Cut back on it a little bit if you've been doing it a lot. Just allow the moments to happen. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, we'll be here when you're ready. You know, all of us readers, I'm sure, that do readings. For people. And it's like, I was just telling that to somebody who had a reading with me. She hadn't come to me in a while, and I was kind of wondering what happened to her, but I knew that probably things were just going on in her life. And sure enough, yeah, that's what was going on. And you know, I told her, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy because a lot of times people come to me when they're having a difficult time, and I love to hear when they've not come to me because life's been good. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they've been, you know, just distracted. And I had another girl that same thing with that recently as well. And she's like, I just miss having readings with you, but I just haven't needed any because I haven't had any problems. And I'm like, well, geez, I'm glad that you're not having any problems. That's a blessing. And I'm happy to hear that. And that's the thing. But I feel like there's just so much about just letting things happen, and you're going to experience so many interesting things over the next year. And it's like you're not even meant to know them, because sometimes us knowing things too, it causes us to change things, and we don't need to be changing things that are meant to be on our path, right? So that is your reading, you guys. What a beautiful, I think this is one of my favorite groups, to be honest. I'm going to say it. You're one of my favorite groups here. And I really think that the next year is going to be a wonderful year for you, or 2023. If you're watching it during 2023, that's fine too. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for those of you that chose this group. And please let me know in the comments of what you thought. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I'd love to see that thumbs up. And if you want to have a personal reading with me, of course, there is that ability through my Etsy store, which is in the description box. And I wish you the very, very best. Thank you again for all the kindness that you guys bestow upon me through your comments, through your gifts, through your donations. It's so much appreciated, and it really just warms my heart. And thank you. Okay? Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 4, this is going to be a reading. So what do we have for you in 2023? What's happening in your life? We have this rune here, which is the scythe. The scythe can talk about harvesting, cutting away. I feel like you guys are going to be reaping certain rewards in 2023. I think that this is going to be a year of harvest. Some of you might have spent 2022 really doing a lot of work on yourself, perhaps like, you know, kind of improving certain things in your life, taking certain actions. And I feel here that you may be reaping certain rewards. Now, of course, the scythe can talk about a clearing away as well. Obviously, we can clear out the weeds as well with the scythe. So I think there's a good balance between clearing out what you don't need and bringing in your harvest, okay? I feel like there's a good balance there. Now we have alchemy here with, I'm not going to try to say her name, to be honest, because I don't want to embarrass myself, and I'm just making that choice for myself. There's number 23 here, so some of you might resonate with that number. But this card says, alchemy, you are the magic. Be your own alchemist. Deepen your plant and herbal knowledge, okay? Do not trust fleeting first impressions. Sometimes things are not exactly as they seem. Look deeper. Get clear about what's real and what's not. The duality here is truth versus deception. Interesting. So you may find that you are deepening your plant and herbal knowledge, okay? So some of you might be really looking into how to make plants work for you, or maybe some of you are really going to be focusing on creating that garden that you've always wanted. Maybe you'll have your dream garden for some of you. But we have that idea of like not judging certain things by the cover or how they look, but letting things kind of reveal themselves. Now, I noticed a ship here, so I do feel as if there could be journeys in your life in 2023. Some of you might be going overseas. I know that the previous group actually, if I remember correctly, had a ship on theirs, but I didn't get that message for them, to be honest. That doesn't mean that they won't, but it's interesting because I don't know, it really sticks out to me there. We have number 33, wholeness, black mulberry. And we have the Seven of Swords. We have the main person, as well as a change. And we have here and now, as well as potential. So I do feel like you are exploring certain potentials. The Seven of Swords is an interesting card to come out. Of course, this can talk about avoidance. It can be somehow you avoiding certain changes. There may be certain truths that you're going to recognize within yourself. You may also be feeling more whole after a certain deception. Okay? I feel as if this is a year of great change in your life. So, the Green Witch Oracle talks about this particular card, wholeness, black mulberry, and it says here, everything should be coming together at present in projects and plans. The completion of something is indicated with black mulberries, and the energy of this fruit asks you to put your knowledge and your skills to the test. Balance and stability are present, and from this foundation, the possibilities are expanding. Setbacks, delays, and miscommunications are the challenges to watch out for. So there's always that possibility. Certain things kind of not going the way that you expect them every time, but there will be completion. There will be a sense of wholeness here. And I feel like you are exploring certain potentials. It says here, what powers and opportunities are waiting to be explored, activated, and manifested? What is the trajectory of expansion, and how will you choose to shine and grow? So that's the beauty of it. I think that you will find by the end of the year in 2023 that you will have had certain potentials that you've explored and even completed in some way. I feel here there's travel. I really do for you guys. I want to say that you'll go somewhere new. It doesn't have to be super far away. Some of you, this will be overseas or foreign, but for some of you, it may just be going to a place that's far away that you've never been to before. Like, do you mean, so say you live in California and you want to go to Tennessee or something. It's oh, you go to Tennessee, or you know what I mean? You go somewhere that you've never been. There's an exploratory type of vibe there. It's new horizons, new places you haven't been before. And there are significant changes. I do feel like you're looking ahead and in many ways creating changes that you've been avoiding. So this is the year where you tackle certain things that you've been letting go of. So for instance, say you're the type of person who has certain plans and goals, but then you always kind of cop out and you just don't do them. You just kind of back off, or you let go, or you don't finish it, you don't complete it, maybe you give up as an example. This is a year where I don't think you're giving up, to be honest. I feel like you're actually standing strong and you're making things happen. So, Spirit Guides, what is happening? Okay. Friendship, blessing, and romance. Romance is on the floor. Hold on. You receive a romantic gesture. So I want to say that relationships look to be good. Okay. So we have friendship blossoming. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be making some sort of new friend in your life. That's what it is. It's a new friend. Okay, so you're going to find that there's friendship blossoming in your life. But we also have that idea of romance. So increased amount of romance. Now, what's funny is we have here and now. Your true love is already part of your life. So I guess some of you might be meeting your true love, or maybe you're increasing, your ties with somebody already a part of your life. Or you might find certain things. With the friendship there, I don't know. I feel like it's 50-50, so maybe I shouldn't say anything. For 50% of you, I think that a friendship is going to blossom into something romantic. But for others of you, I think this is separate, actually. So I know that's kind of tricky. Spirit Guides, 2023. Oh my goodness, we have a baby. Well, some of you might be having a baby or getting pregnant. Jeez Louise, what a message. And we have house. Whoa. These are pivotal things, these two cards. These are showing big, great changes, okay? Now, the baby, of course, could talk about the creation of something new. It doesn't have to be a human life. It can talk about, having a baby energy. It could be a baby pet, maybe you get a new kitten or, a puppy or something like that. But this can talk about family and fertility as well. And in the sense of, wow, beautiful. It says here, I truly believe that our children choose us to be their parents prior to incarnating into our lives. This card is a reminder of how blessed you are to have been chosen by the parent of your to be the parent of your beautiful child. Unfortunately, in some cases, our little souls return back to the universe prematurely. And this card can also indicate your tiny soul and spirit is by your side and showering you with their love. How beautiful. So if you have lost, a pregnancy perhaps, that's something there for some of you. I know that some of us have had that experience and it's not fun. Okay, I've had it too. And for those of you that have had that. So it can also be representative, though, of an addition to your family in the form of a fur or feathered baby, such as a puppy, kitten, bird, or other pet, okay? So again, nurturing also perhaps new ideas in your life, like, a business is an example, a baby, in the sense of like, oh, I have this project, I have this thing I'm working on, and do you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to necessarily be the baby, but with the house here as well, this can talk about home changes, okay? And this is about stability and protection. By the way, this can also be about the protection of your child if you do have one already. But yeah, this is like, the house card can relate to family, to feelings of security and safety, and how settled you feel within your family home. Filling your house with love, light, and laughter can help to lift the vibration of your home, making it a wonderful place in which to dwell. And wow. That's funny. It can be related to the sale or purchase of a new house, and it can mean you're deciding whether to build, renovate, or move from your current home. And so, yeah, real estate, can be a thing here. Buying, selling property. There also could be inheritance as well of a house for some of you coming through, or some sort of topic, but I feel like that's probably only one or two of you. So, Spirit Guides, what is happening? We have good advice from a wise person. Someone's behaving stupidly. And we have wealth. To me, I think there's a lot of security in 2023, to be honest. Ooh. I have a really interesting thing to say here. We have affairs of the family. So I do feel like family, home, that sort of thing is very pivotal for you in 2023. But what's weird is that we have someone stupid, undependable, insincere that's leading your life. So I do think that's good news for you. You may find that, that certain people, it's like they're getting cut out. Okay? And the other thing I was going to say is that we have perhaps an older person coming through here, or a wise person, or somebody who has a lot of wisdom. I feel like that you may be making a friendship with somebody who is very spiritually knowledgeable, whether they are like, aware of that or not. Do you know what I mean? It does feel like maybe it's somebody who has a good head on their shoulders. And with someone leaving your life, yeah, there's that person leaving your life. I think it's that other person that's behaving stupidly. But we also have that position of authority. Maybe in some ways, too, you may find that you're in an authoritative position over someone who has been very difficult in your life. I don't know. That's an interesting message. We also get back to the basics, so there may be an aspect of really clearing out the basic areas of your life. And I feel like that may be something you're focusing on, like rearranging all the basic things that you do. Your health, your wellness, your spiritual self, your home, your family. It feels like there are just like a lot of these, like, it's almost like, like the game of life, and it's like, my son got that for Christmas, and we've played it like a bunch of times since we've got it. And we're really enjoying it. He's a Cancer son, of course he loves it. But he, like it has this like point of the game where it's like you can make the life choices. And it just feels as if it's like you've got to make certain choice. There will be certain pathways, like kind of basic things, basic principles, job, career, family, relationship, so on and so forth. But I do feel like that there is an idea of wealth coming through here too, and I feel like your finances could be good and nice. And some of you might finally have the money to buy a home or to do something of that nature. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for those of you that chose group number 4, okay? So I really wish you the very, very best, and I hope that this was helpful for you. And, I thank you so much for being here. And if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store. And thank you so much to all of you that leave comments, gifts, and just like all the support that you guys give me. I do appreciate it a lot. So I'll see you on the next reading. Take care of yourselves and have a beautiful 2023. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So you've chosen group number 5, the last group. Last but not least, right? That's what we say. So we have the card of Anubis, and it says respect. And we also have the spider web here, the web, intricacies. I think of creativity a lot too when I see this rune, and I think of power as well. I do feel like your sort of energy is catching a lot of things in this year, okay? Now we have Anubis, respect. So let's look at that. And I want to go ahead and read that card before I kind of go further. Number 25. So that might be a pivotal number for you guys. Take a look. Take special care and pay attention to detail right now in all aspects of your life. Respect yourself and others. Take the time to guide someone who needs it. You may not like someone, but you can respect their humanity and even their skills. Offer compassion and respect to the dead. Very interesting. So offering compassion and respect to the dead. Some of you might be really into ancestral work. Some of you might be working on that a little bit more or getting closer to that in particular. But this can talk about, paying attention to detail in your life and respect and all that sort of thing, right? So we have reframe, to express in a different manner, to redefine something, to change something from destructive to constructive, to reestablish meaning. So that's a really interesting thing here to see. As you pay attention to detail right now, you may be reframing certain ideas that you've had. Some of you may realize some of the intricacies of life, the complications, the reasons for greater things is one thing I'm getting. We also have mastery. You've learned the spiritual lessons. So I want to say that we're never done growing. And I feel like this will be a year in which there's a lot of spiritual growth and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Even if sometimes we think we've mastered everything, it's like even in my late 30s, I'm getting up there in years. It's like I still realize like how little I knew just a few years ago compared to what I know now. It's just like a constant. And I'm sure in 2 years I'll be like, what was I thinking at 37? You know what I mean? And so I just feel like there's a lot that you're reframing. And a lot of it comes from spiritual mastery that you've experienced. I feel as if there's a lot of positivity. I want to tell you that you're not going to let things affect you emotionally nearly as much. I feel as if you're on a much more positive path, and it almost feels as if you're making more logical decisions. You are in absolute respect to yourself and others. So it's like sometimes we make decisions and we're trying to respect others, but we're not respecting ourselves. And I think there's a good balance between this. Like you're able to detach, to reframe, to rethink everything, and kind of create circumstances that are more favorable for you and for someone else, okay? With number 40, this is the marigold, and it's positivity. Some of you might be planting some marigolds in the spring, but we also have a better understanding is indicated and a reason to be more optimistic about outcomes and the roads to get there. There are opportunities for nurturing encounters and a general aura of happiness pervades. Marigolds help us focus on the positive aspects of even the most difficult events. Your inner child may need to come out for a play, and be sure to take creative invitations. Beware of not having all the facts and of emotional blockages. Interesting. Yeah, so beware of not having all the facts. Reframe. Try to see it from different perspectives. I think that's going to be something that you do. And even emotional blockages, it's kind of like that's another thing I think that you could be working through. But I feel here like there's just a lot of optimism. And that's kind of a general message here. Now, what I notice is that we have the good lady and the rich good gentleman. So what can I say? That seems to be relationship focused. So there may be a certain person, sorry if you hear like loudness in the background, but there seems to be a certain person in your life that's pivotal. Is what I'm going to say. We have happiness within the family. You'll receive a favor. And affordable, you can afford it. Beautiful. So to me, you might be catching certain things in your web, things that you've been wanting. So you might find that something you've been wanting to buy or purchase, like maybe it's a bigger purchase, like a new car or something in your life like that. I do feel as if, one moment, I'm just going to go tell him to calm down. Sorry about that. I was like, just like a little bit quieter. He's just talking to his friend, my husband, and so he's like, they're talking from like on the phone or whatever, and playing a game, and of course they're getting too rowdy. They live far away from each other, so they don't do that too often. And it's just like, I don't want to make him stop or anything like that. I just told him to calm down. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, maybe there will be a lot of laughter. You know what I mean? Look at that. You know what I mean? What a sign. Because he wasn't doing that earlier, and he's been talking the whole time. So now I guess things got really exciting. So maybe there will be a lot of laughter and positivity in your life, and then someone's going to tell you. Then your wife comes and like is a buzzkill. No, just joking. No, anyway. But we see happiness within the family. You know what I mean? And I do feel like that there is a lot of happiness for you in 2023. We also have that favor and affordable. So that's the thing about affordable I was going to tell you is that I feel like that there may be certain purchases that you'll be able to make. So whether it's like, that new car or something, some kind of bigger goal, to be honest, is what I'm getting. And with favor, I feel as if there may be certain favors that you do receive that are very helpful to you as well. So you might find someone doing, I would say it's like a bigger favor, something that would be, stand out within a year. Okay. So I wouldn't say it's like, oh, I'll wash your car for free. I don't think it's that kind of like favor. I think it's probably something a bit more bigger than that, because it's like something that you would look back in 2023 at the end of it and be like, whoa, that was a good favor. You know what I mean? Like maybe someone loans you some money or loans you something or gives you, you know what I mean? Does something like that, or gives you like something. Okay. Now we have hands. Oh, that's interesting. So some of you are going to be creating with your hands, building something, creating something. Oh, wow. And seedling. Absolutely. So you guys are creating something, to be honest. Some of you might be reframing old ideas and starting over. Okay. So for some of you, it's like maybe you've had a book idea before, or you had some sort of project idea. You may be really creating new things. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to give you like an example, I like to quilt. And so maybe you're going back to certain, like it would be like me going back to that project, and creating new projects. You know what I mean? Like going, maybe starting some new ones, perhaps even. But yeah, it feels like there's like this idea of creation with your hands. So some of you might be really expanding and growing that way. Some of you might be starting new businesses with your hands, whether it's massage or writing or creating in some way, drawing. You know what I mean? Like there's just something there. But the hands are powerful, and it tells me that you have a lot of leadership capabilities. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of ability to create for yourself, right? And this is about understanding the gifts that you've been given. So you may actually be really exploring a totally new gift. And you will receive respect for the gifts that you do have and you do possess and the actions that you do take, okay? This also can talk about being a gifted healer as well. Having the gift of healing through your hands. So this can talk about Reiki, massage, and kinesiology. Wow. I'm probably saying that wrong. But yeah, jewelry making, crafting, gardening, etc. Oh, wow. Some of you really are going to have a garden, to be honest, I feel like, in 2023. Or you're going to be like kind of having a little bit more plant life. Or you're encouraged to do so, okay? Now, the seedlings card came out actually for another group, but yeah, this one is about new beginnings and planning new ideas and watching them grow. So that's beautiful. What beautiful stuff you have coming up. And I think you'll be respected for the things that you create. We have good fortune. 2023. Ooh, a two-faced friend. We have new job or career, so I think some of you might be changing. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting because we have respect and honor, and respect will come to you. So I do feel as if there is a level of respect coming your way, some sort of recognition. And I think, again, it will be something that will stick out over the year. It's like a crowning moment, you know what I'm saying? Like where it's like you get the award or you have a really good like occurrence happen. Now, the other thing I was going to say is that we do have problems to be resolved. I wouldn't worry too much about that card. I feel like that there will be certain things that will be resolved. They just take reframing and mastery. You know what I mean? Like I think that you'll be mastering a lot of things and able to reframe a lot of your problems. And they're all like, one thing I will say about beware of great pride next to that is that there may be certain aspects of your life where it's like you kind of have to let your pride down in order to resolve certain problems, because it may be that sometimes you're not seeing something as a problem because of pride. So do watch out for that energy, popping up. But I think you'll overcome it and you'll realize. We have a two-faced friend, so that's interesting. So maybe you are cutting out a certain energy in your life that's a little bit not, in your favor. Okay. Good fortune in a new job and career. So yeah, it feels as if you guys are creating. There's something here happening in terms of your career, your growth. So changes in career are a big one for you guys. And there's a special relationship here too, by the way. So some of you might be very focused on a partner in your life, or finding one, something like that. But I want to say like a good thing there. I want to ask actually. By the way, I'm just going to grab this deck over here and just ask really quickly about this couple here. What's that about? What is this good lady and rich good gentleman about? Oh, a happy family. 10 of Cups. Okay. So there may be happiness and love or family. There may be also the creation of something. It might be that you have support through struggles, through hard times. This is like for better, for worse type of energy. So you might be meeting that person. I want to say here that to me, there can be financial stability in a family situation. You don't have to go alone. You're not going in alone in 2023. If you felt like you were alone, there's going to be somebody coming in where you don't feel that way. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's all I have to say. And for some of you, it's like maybe even if you're in a partnership, but you have had, like, I don't know, something going on there. I want to say that things could be reframed, fixed, taken care of, understood. There could be it could even be for some of you that your partner is respecting you more. Or there's mutual respect kind of being reciprocated, around, is what I'm seeing. But yeah. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do hope this was a helpful reading for you, and I wish you the very, very best. Thank you so much for all your love and support. For those of you that leave me positive comments and kind words, and especially some of you have left me, or gave me gifts for Christmas or donations. There have been a few of you, Courtney and Catherine in particular, sent me donations on PayPal, which was very sweet. And of course, some of you, like Teresa. And I know that I have a package coming from Megan as well, she told me. But I thank you guys so much. You guys are wonderful, and thank you. And I just take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Oh, and Kelly. Kelly's the one that got me this, by the way. I wanted to mention that. I even have the note in the box. I always put the notes in the boxes of anything I get sent. So I'm like, I can remember. Although sometimes those Amazon notes fade. That's sad because there are a few decks I have with the notes in it, and then the text faded. And I'm like, well, who the heck sent me this? So I was so frustrated about that. But anyway, take care, guys. Lots of love, and I will see you next time.